Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports. We are back with another new episode of the IPL auction series that we are doing. And before we get started with set number two, a set of six marquee players, my request would be please like, share, and subscribe the channel if you have not done already. So, with that out of the way, let's get started with our list. The first name on the list is that of the leading wicket taker of IPL. Now, it is beyond me how the leading wicket taker of IPL has not been retained by his franchise, but it is what it is. And the thing is that Royals also do not have an RTM card with their at their disposal because they have used up all the retention slots. Now, the price range at which I'm expecting Chahal to go, I think it's 12 to 14 crore. And with that range, I think the teams that are in equation are primarily RCB, a possible reunion on the cards. Who knows? Punjab Kings, you can never put them out of the equation because of the amount of money that they are going into the auction with. And considering that they have struggled with spinning option last year, I think they would be inclined to have somebody of the likes of Chahal. It could also be Mumbai. I think he has a fantastic rapport with Rohit Sharma. However, he is not the captain anymore. But still, considering that Chahal started off his career in Mumbai Indians, it could be interesting if he goes back to Mumbai. So this is what it would be interesting to track what the Chahal story is during the auction. But for me, I would be extremely disappointed if Chahal goes anything lesser than this price range because I feel that he deserves it all. Let's move on to the next player, Liam Livingstone. Now, the challenge with Livingstone is that across his IPL history, he has been blowing a little bit hot and cold, right? Inconsistency is the challenge. Now, Punjab Kings have a lot of RTM cards at their disposal, but would they be inclined to use one of them for Livingstone? I think it would primarily boil down to the price range in which he is going, right? And I think that 8 to 10 crore is probably the range in which Livingstone would be bought. Now, whether Punjab sees value in that price range is probably time will tell. But in that price range, I think it's basically comes down to whoever is interested on the team. So it's difficult to predict any particular team for Livingstone. But whoever picks him, let's just hope Livingstone is more consistent this time around. We move on to the next player, David Miller, South African, lower order batting power. It is very crucial the role Miller plays. He would not always get big scores, and that's why I think you can tend to get a little bit short sighted on seeing the value of such players. But make no mistake, I think anything below 6 to 8 crores, I think it would be harsh for David Miller. Again, Gujarat Titans would have RTMs at their disposal. Whether they would want to use it or not is probably something that, again, time will tell. He has an interesting Royals connection, if I may call so, because in different other leagues across the world, David Miller turns up for Royals, the franchise, for different other cities, right? And also he had played for Rajasthan Royals as well earlier in the IPL career. So whether Royals are interested in him, I think probably one of Gujarat Titans or Rajasthan Royals would be going to back him. Next up, big shot, Mr. KL Rahul. Now, again, multiple roles as we had spoke about in our last video. Players with such who can don such multiple roles become very interesting. So KL Rahul can be a opening batter, middle order batter, wicket keeper, potential captain, can play multiple roles, right? And that's where franchises often see value. However, the challenge over here is that KL Rahul has not been in his best of form in the last few IPLs. And he spent a stint in Punjab, could not continue. Now he has spent a stint in Lucknow Super Giants, again could not continue. There are reports of the fallout with the management. So whether a lot of franchises would be inclined to get Rahul in their setup is the big question. And that is the reason why I feel that the price range would hover around this 10 to 12 mark. It would not go as high as, let's say, a Rishabh Pant or a Shreyas Iyer is what I feel. Now, a team which I feel would be very interested and keen is RCB. They have a Rahul's history. He had played with him earlier. Also, is the local Bangalore boy. RCB is a team which thrives on such emotions, brand, value, and all these things. So they might want to see this reunion happen. Again, one more team that I feel can be very critical or very successful for Rahul is CSK, right? We have had multiple stories in which we have seen players turning around their IPL careers, and it would be heartwarming to see if KL Rahul dons the CSK yellow, probably can keep as well, so fills their role, some of those roles that CSK is trying to plug in. So it would be very, very interesting. But price point wise, I think it's somewhere around 10 to 12 crores. Next up, Mohammed Shami. I think over here the challenge or concern is, so there's no question about Shami's wicket taking abilities. He can bowl up front, take wickets at the death. So everything is fantastic for Shami. However, I think the challenge is that he has been not playing in the cricket circuit for the last 1 year. His last international competitive match was the World Cup final, One Day World Cup final back in November 2023. Missed last year's IPL. Big layoff at the age of 34 years. So although Gujarat Titans has an RTM card or has multiple RTM cards, whether they would be using it on Shami is a question that needs to be answered. I think the price range would be around 8 to 10 crores because still quality Indian pacers would come at a premium is what I feel, and there would be a lot of teams who would be interested in Shami. But considering the age on which he is in right now, I think it would be slightly tricky. Last player on the list, Mohammed Siraj. Now, over here, I think Siraj and RCB were synonymous for the last few years in IPL. It's a pity that he was not retained for RCB, but I think there is a reason there. And I, for one, believe that Siraj and Chinnaswamy doesn't really complement each other well. And also, Siraj needs to work on the consistency part of his white ball bowling. Now, he can be phenomenal, lethal in one of his days, the day in which he turns up and says, okay, today I will take 3 wickets in 3 overs. But on other days, it's mostly 30 runs in or 40 runs in 3 overs, a little wayward. So that consistency needs to come in. Whether RCB is inclined to bring him back in their setup, again, difficult question, but the price range in which I see him as 6 to 8 crore, and at that price range, it could be anyone's game, right? Every team has the adequate amount of purse to spend that much amount of money on current Indian national team bowler. So that's about it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be back soon with the next set of players. Till then, we would request you to keep watching and like and subscribe, please.